Hello there, my friends. Hello, going live all over little places on the internet. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. And it's great to be back having a little chat with you guys. I just set up a new account so I could multi-stream from my phone rather than the laptop. Walking out with the one we call Cleo. Arms getting sore. I just went live in my private group, the Personal Freedom Movement, just talking about some stuff that I've been doing, why I've been decentralizing, setting up a platform for private videos and stuff like that aren't going to be like removed and stuff from anywhere else. So that's cool. So let's talk. Let's catch up. How are we showing up? What do people expect of you? The reason actually that I'm talking about this is because I bumped into someone last night that I've been friends with since I started secondary school, and we were best friends through school. I don't see her very often, and it's always nice sometimes to have chats with people, and they'll say things like, "Oh, you're so lovely," or they'll just say things to you about you that they like. And as much as it's like massaging your ego or anything, sometimes it's interesting with people that you haven't seen for such a long time. Like it could be 20 years or something that you grew up with. They say certain things about you, about how they see you, how they know you from that person that you was before. And I've been doing a little bit of soul searching recently to do with this kind of stuff, to do with like who you are, like in your brain, like when you were growing up, on my view, and how that changes and how you kind of either get bitter or you evolve as you grow more mature. And I know a lot of people, when I do bits of security work, and when I'm back home in Tunbridge Wells in Kent, I know loads of people because I've lived here for like 40 years. So even walking around the town, you bump into people. Going out on nights out, you're going to bump into people you went to school with, people that you used to work with. And one thing always comes clear with me, that I've got a good reputation. But it's funny because it's not always seen. People that just know me purely from being online, Cleo, come here, for being online, maybe not know the real me. But then what is the real you? Is that we've all got different elements. I'm going to move away from me as well, noisy. Cleo, come here, babe. And as things happen and more responsibilities and you grow and life happens, that can change people. Well, some of my friends have said to me before, "Oh, I've never seen you like angry or being an arsehole." And I was like, "Oh no, that's a big part." That's a big part. Like what people call it, the wrath of being kind of arsey or moody. And then other times you'll wind that kind of part of your personality in. Cleo, come on, get away from there. You'll wind certain bits in. Some of that's fear actually, because like for instance, if I was stood with a load of mates talking, and you grew up with those people, and you'll get away with certain things like having banter, that kind of thing, or even intimidating behaviour. But the people that don't know you so much, they might give you more allowance because they don't know. So it's really, really important to self-regulate and to have that awareness around your own actions, because that's what really we're responsible for. So sometimes showing up online, and to be honest, I find online, and I find most of offline as well, fake. Because some of the most, what you're going to learn from this live today is some of the deep truths of how and what I've done to develop myself to get to where I am today over a 4-year period. And where I was at the beginning, I was very angry, very impatient. I'm still impatient now. I've just got tools and stuff to just make the time go, rather than like allowing like PTSD kind of symptoms to allow you to kind of get a little bit scatty. So I started all that awareness of knowing something had to change, and that it was going to happen geographically different location from where I was. And I was in Spain. I'd been there for 10 years. So I came back. I went on a hypnotherapy course that opened my eyes to a lot of things, but it wasn't the game changer. Then did a life coaching course, started a digital business doing like network marketing. And it was all part of the growth steps that I was taking. It's a self-development journey, meeting certain people, changing how you saw and did things, then meet new people, and you kind of like evolve on this bit like a hamster wheel, a conveyor belt of, trying this, move into that. The things that really made a massive difference to me was studying NLP, and then starting to like knowing about reprogramming and hypnotherapy and stuff, and then with the life coaching, the frameworks, it was all starting to marry together, and it painted this picture in my mind of other people know so much more about that stuff, about the human condition, and how almost to kind of like the psyche of us to manipulate or to control. And I knew within my own journey of growing up, of being needy, jealous, having these kind of wayward emotions, not knowing how to control them, and not even known or had the awareness to talk about them either. So that's an integral part. But I was always a truther or something, or someone that basically, in my own view, would be kind of questioning authority. Sorry, I was making sure the dog didn't chase after the kid on his bike. Questioning authority. And to this day, I do not like being told anything. It's a thing. So, it's no wonder from a very, very young age I've either been like supervisor or manager or an owner of a certain business and what have you. It's only more recently I've had to kind of sometimes suck it up and listen and learn to listen, essentially. I learn to listen a lot more and be open to learning new things. And that's really, really integral part of anyone's success journey. Is having that tenacity and that focus, and not quitting, but at the same time being kind to yourself and actually just making it quite simple, just taking the next step of development, of learning, and going over stuff. Real important, going over stuff. So I enjoy going over NLP courses and stuff I've done in the past, and then sharing that. And I tend to go over them when I'm working with people and they want the lesson from it. And the great thing about doing like the Patreon page and whatever is having like a tier system, so that people that want different things, whether some people want all spirituality and kind of wellness and woo-woo stuff and talk about the deep and the emotions and the things that work, and there's a plethora of resources in there, from like Louise Hay's books, audio books, to meditations and affirmations and audios that I've done but we've been using for years, and there's also some in there that I've done myself for people. So all of these things, and still learning and developing and being aware of yourself, being selfless at times and selfish, so that you can vibe high. Because it's all well and good being in a position to talk about this could be happening, these lies could be told, these people could be getting hurt or harmed by this narrative or that narrative, these people can or can't be trusted. It's a no wonder that some people would literally ostrich themselves up and bury their head in the sand, because it can be fucking petrifying. And it's a scary reality. You can't live in that reality all the time. It'll drive you fucking mad. So it's really, really important to kind of touch upon that stuff, be aware of it, but also be open, because someone might give you a polarized view on something and say, well, no, that's bollocks. And then all of a sudden you go, actually, yeah, I can see how that doesn't work when it comes to what systems are in place or the way best out of. So you can see I'm starting to talk a little bit in riddles now, because I can't say certain words here. And this is why we go to patreon.com/BRETSI, because there's none of that. I can literally say the words, I can swear, curse. Not the best way to put your point across, is it? But but you get my drift. So it's important. And it's also important to be showing up here as well, because all like the normal social medias and stuff, it's so easy to put law of attraction based stuff, to put positivity posts, to share that light and what have you. But it's as important as well to kind of know which people that are kind of interacting in that there. The people that are interacting there are just vibing high or staying positive and supporting one another. But there's the why behind that, right? And why are so many of us doing that? Because we can't put all the negative stuff on, and we don't want to talk about negative stuff, but it's still an integral part of being aware so that we know that what's going to come out of it the other side. I believe that there's 3 ways it can go, essentially. Whatever happens, because there's certain words and there's certain things being drip fed, and it's going to happen. It's just in kind of how quick is one. Secondly, who's going to be at the helm of it, because you could have certain people doing it and it'd be really, really bad, and other people doing it because it is generally the best way forward, evolutionary wise, and economically. So anyway, enough of that, because it's a bit fucking talking a bit fucking serious, isn't it? But why any of us are doing any of this is life. And people that are like kind of having the conversations I'm having, as well as kind of going, yeah, we need to make people aware. One, it's also really important to the other stuff, the raising vibration stuff, you know, the human optimization techniques, the talking about, you know, what's in your water. It doesn't change what's in your water, but actually you can filter your own water yourself. You can, you know, put down certain things like sodas and pops and certain foods that have got nothing but shit in them. You know, it's dressed up as, oh yeah, this is a brand, or this is your dinner as such, but nutritional value wise, no. So it's in these conversations, it's in these connections, it's within this support, and it's within you know, that awareness of saying, look, it's okay not to be okay, but you do get to choose. We all do. So I'll leave you there. It's been 11 minutes. If you like some of the crap that I've been talking about, and if you'd like to learn more, get yourself over to patreon.com/BRETSI, BRETSI. Links are in bios. It's a work in progress, guys. It's something I've just started. Cleo, come here. Something I've just started, something that I'm growing and populating, and it's something that's going to be like my all. It'll be my work, my day job. I'll essentially be serving the people in there, and touching base here as well to actually invite people across. My mission to awaken nation, I suppose. Mission to the masses. Just be kind to myself, keep growing, keep learning about new digital assets and these sorts of things as well. Really, really important, so we can protect ourselves in the future. And you know, learning, growing, sharing, really, really important. And we've got to keep a little bit of an eye on what's going on behind enemy lines as well, haven't we? So that we can, that we can keep supporting each other, so we can drop seeds, so we can. It's all to do with like energy and vibration as well. A lot of people are suffering from like depressions or OCDs and stuff to do with like anxiety, and they don't understand why. And there's things like solar flares happening at the moment, solar flares from the sun, and that's raising the vibration of the planet, and that's individually as well. So if we're raising our vibration, suddenly we're aware of certain things in our bodies, like traumas and things that have been buried. So again, this Monday is a real, we know that there's going to be a lot of activity on Monday. So for instance, if there's like I've noticed sometimes the lights flickering on and off, and sometimes like the internet dropping out, or even like stuff on telly, it's easy for other people to turn around and go, oh my God, it's a cyber attack, or this is a problem, and to freak people out. Just calm the fuck down, it's okay. The chances are, if there is something like that, it's just solar flares. It'll be up a little bit later. And just like the first lockdowns, if we have a couple of days without social media, please fucking go embrace it. Pick up a few books, go for nice walks, go and make a little fire outside and treat the neighbours over for a barbecue or something. It's in these moments, the actions we take in these moments are what really are the cornerstone, the keystone of society, and how we can evolve and make the very best of these bad times as we move forward, because we get to decide what reality do you want to choose. I choose happiness, thanks. So take good care, peace out, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share, give some love, but first love yourself, because you're worth it, innit? Yeah, isn't it worth it? Cool, take care guys. BRETSI, peace, boom.